Hello. Welcome to this episode of Pardon Your French podcast, partnered with Copper Cock Distillery.
Brilliant. What else is going on, Vanessa? Your dad's...
Oh, yeah, my dad's here, so we've been jamming. We've been playing. He and I have worked up a really good little arrangement for Eleanor Rigby, which he, forced me to play the Beatles. I was like, no, I'm not playing Beatles songs. And he's like, come on. And then he starts playing it. You can't resist. It's just, it's like the dance thing. He's having fun and he's going for it. So we've worked out a cool little arrangement for that.
Wow.
It cracks me up because he's been in bands his whole life and stuff. And they come up, they practice and have arrangements. So it's and then you do this and then you do this. And that's why bands are good. Whereas I only ever go to jams, which are just kind of you just winging it. You're yeah, it's kind of free for all, but it's guided free for all. Whereas yeah, he's all
creative. I love the fact that everyone brings their own individual element.
Yeah,
but together you all sound amazing.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do it.
We don't either. That's just logically right. It's just you going with the flow, and so. Yeah, so we're kind of working some stuff. We're playing with a few of my friends and kind of working out arrangements for songs that in the past was just let's just play and see how it sounds and who cares if it's bad, because what's the point? My dad's I care because I'm a musician.
I'm professional. You are not freeing me down.
Yeah, he's a retired professional musician now, and so he's just a teacher.
He's like the Carter of the music guitar world.
He's not that judgy.
Oh. We'll let Dougie off then.
But yeah, we're having fun. Took him out for dinner at one of the local villages. Oh, so we went, where were we? We went out and saw Jasmine and Amy play at this Guinguette, which is owned by the people in Aubeterre who run Au Vin d'Abord.
Ah, yes.
And so they have a Guinguette in the summer that's just recently opened. That's over. Oh man, I don't even know how to describe it. It's considered Montemboyer, but it's outside of the village, not in the village. It's where they live. It's their house. They've created this whole outdoor barbecue scene and bar and stuff. And Jasmine and Amy were playing, which is Jamie and the boy. Me and the boys, but there are no boys, so it was Jamie. Jamie was playing. And so we went to have dinner and listen and stuff, and it was really fun. And then we realized that night was the 27th, which is the Fête de Souraine, which is where they do in Aubeterre they do the fair on the river. They had the carnival on the river, a fireworks show.
Oh, I missed that.
And they also do a big fireworks show over Sirac de Riberac, which is the other side of Vincennes from, if you were going to my house, if you carried on that road,
yeah,
it's the next village. And they have a fabulous little restaurant that's been going for a really long time called the Le Lapoire. And it overlooks the church and stuff. Is really great. But they set it up where you can't enter the village because the village is up on a hill.
Yeah.
And opposite the village is this grass field. And so the road comes up and switchbacks up into the village, but opposite side is a viewing stadium for the fireworks, and they do the fireworks over the top of the village and church.
When was that?
On the 27th. So my dad and I basically were hanging out with Jasmine and Amy and listening to them, and then we're we gotta get going. We want to get back in time for the fireworks, which starts about 11. So we blitzed it back to Sirac, and then the road's all blocked off and stuff because there's so many people that go to watch it. So we ended up pulling along this high road, and we could see all the fireworks, but we couldn't see the village. We couldn't get down to where it was because we were running a bit late. But yeah, so I took my dad to see a fireworks show.
That's amazing. Liza loves fireworks, but I've never been on time or in the know to get to see any of them yet.
Yeah, it's so I had been once before when I first moved out here. We'd gone to the ones in Sirac and stood in the field, and it's impressive. And everyone always told me it's the same company that runs the fireworks show for New Year's in Paris, and they use the Bastille Day and this Fête de Souraine as their practice rounds. because it's all done to music. It's all timed and stuff. So we could like just barely hear the music and like see the fireworks and stuff. It was really cool. But yeah, if you're sitting there, it's like going to the Disney, castle with that. Yeah, it's really impressive.
Oh, I'm putting that in my diary here next year.
Yeah, so it was really cool. So my dad was like, "Thanks for making such an effort to like show me stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is all stuff I wouldn't do normally on my own. Like I never go out. I just stay at home, wait for."
Oh, it's like you wait for dad to go
Evening. Yeah.
That's so cute. But I think it's really lovely, actually, as a child, when you can take your parent somewhere. Like I got it easy. My dad's happy with anything. Why could just take him like to a Bracon?
Oh, this is nice. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not going to a Bracon. My dad's like, oh, thank God.
But like, I could just take my dad to a different area. So when I went to get this treadmill, you know how like ADHD, I was sat in my bed and I got home and I was like, oh, I had an alert on my phone for treadmills.
Yeah.
And it came up and I was like, oh, I'm getting it. So I messaged her. She's like, yeah, it's still available. And I didn't even care where it was. I was like, right, I'm on my way. So I literally ran downstairs.
Yeah.
And I said to my dad, like,
get in the car.
Get in the car.
And going for a drive.
I was like, we're going to get a treadmill. And he's like, what? I was like, we're going to get a treadmill. And he was like, okay. And I was like, go get the quilts. Go get the ropes. See, come on. And then he went, but will it fit in your trailer? I was like, fuck no. And Joe, I made my fight. Joe, your trailer? I need to go get a treadmill. And he went, all right, yeah.
Chaotic in your house.
Carter was laid in bed and I was like, we're going to St. Emilion to go get a treadmill. And literally, yeah, an hour and 20-minute journey took me about 3 because it took us all the back roads. So we were driving all through like the vineyards and stuff. And went, oh, look, Carter, there's some nice chateau. Carter's going, yeah. Buildings on the ranch. And I was like, yeah, this is the scenic route. You know what I mean? We'd taken the scenic route for sure. And then we managed to anyway, load this treadmill. And then we took the main route back through like Le Bourne and Coutras on the way back.
Yeah.
It was a lot less bumpy.
Yeah.
That way. But yeah, just all these random ideas. But my dad loved it because normally I'm like, right, I go food shopping. He's like, okay. And then he doesn't go anywhere. But now Steve has got a car of his own. He's got his driving license after 4.5 years.
Yeah.
Steve has a French driving license.
He doesn't have a Tinder account, does he?
No.
That's good.
No. Thank God.
I've got a 2-bedroom sheet.
Oh, don't. It makes me want it. Makes me want to. No, I can't cope with my dad. My dad would never have a wife or or a girlfriend. Like, no, fuck that.
That's not what Tinder's for.
Oh, is it not? No, Vanessa, you've scarred me now. I can't ever have that.
It was like my dad was just saying, like, I've got half a mind to get a Tinder account and like have some woman come back to like mess with my brother, basically, because they're roommates. And I was like, don't do it. That's cruel. He's like, yeah, but it would be fun.
You'd have to pay for him to go to therapy. That fracture already. Oh, well, it'd need a lot more PTSD therapy and all. Like, no, that my brain does. Just a trip to like a random place in France is all my dad needs.
Yeah,
and they'll always
nice little day out.
Look, yeah, he could take himself off to Brico now instead of sending me for something. Can I come back with the wrong thing?
Yeah,
and then he gets like, oh, well, if I just come with.
Is he picking up French any faster than you?
Yeah, yeah, probably, yeah, because him and my neighbour Fabrice, are just like drinking buddies now.
Uh-huh.
So Fabrice works on all the vines and stuff.
Yeah.
And every day, practically, it seems to me, Fabrice will just turn up and go, here we are, Steve.
Yeah.
With like bottles of cognac. I think one day Fabrice turned up with, I reckon, about 40 bottles of wine. And I was like,
what do you want me to do with them?
Fabrice. Like, and he was like, oh, it's fine, here we are. I'm like, okay, don't curry. And then one night I did see my dad walking from Fabrice's house across the garden to this chalet in like the allegory. And I was like, he's been to Fabrice. He didn't even tell me. He's going over there. And I'm like, yeah.
That's why I like living down here.
I think he
Just like out.
sneak out.
He just always sneak out from up there. You wouldn't see him.
He can, like a dog, he can get out through the fence.
Yeah.
You have to watch him though. And then, you can hear them. You can hear them like, oh, laughing. And yeah, but his French has definitely improved.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Fabrice's English is getting quite good. Yeah. So I'm like, oh God, I have to be careful what I say now. But yeah, so yeah, French neighbours, always good. But he was one that helped me get the treadmill in, which was great. But what else is going on? Just so I did a trip to IKEA. I like to give myself a target, right?
Like a price target?
No, never.
I should definitely start doing. I try to right now.
Yeah. No, like how long it can take me. Like a timed time.
Oh, yeah. Like the amount of time you can spend in IKEA?
Yeah, and getting there and back.
Oh, okay.
So once you have like a personal best.
Yeah.
So I managed to get, because there was like hardly any traffic, I managed to get 2 Bordeaux in 40 minutes. Not bad, right?
Dang, girl.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even speeding.
Yeah.
Not bad. I took
to IKEA or to Bordeaux?
To IKEA.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's good going, right?
Yeah.
And then normally, like the IKEA in Southampton, this is probably so boring for you. But the IKEA in Southampton, right, I could have worked there. Like, I knew it off the back of my hand.
Yeah.
Like, where everything was. So I look up exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Before you go.
Like, time your...
And then they're like...
Yeah.
But, so then I know where all the cutways are. So I, like, would run through the floors, right? Through all the cutways, instead of having to follow the arrows all the way around.
I bet all the casual... Oh, I can't silly like you.
Because I can't stand slow walkers or window shoppers. So I'm like, man, out of my way. Out of my way. I'm coming through. I've got a really important disc to pick up. So then I'm like, Kaja, don't touch any of the trolleys. We get the trolleys on the bottom floor.
Yeah.
Like, and then I'll run through with my phone where it's all in my basket. Like, aisle 15, location 32.
Yeah.
No, 3 packages. Cut one at point. He's exhausted. And he's like, can we go get speedballs?
He's I want to eat some IKEA food. Oh, we've limit. Get out of here.
And then I'm like, mate, we're not going to ever hit this, like, traffic. No, you'll have to eat on the way out. Oh, suck a bit. He's like, oh, God. So I'm just stuffing the car full of, like, desks and all these, like, what do you call them? Side tables and chest of drawers and everything. And then I'm like, the odd thing that I'm find extra on the way.
Oh, you throw that in. There's like a couple of towels, maybe.
Oh, I can see he's made everything that you don't eat. Yeah, so that was good. So 40 minutes was my personal best to get to Bordeaux. And then by the time I like loaded everything and got back, about an hour and 20 minutes. So if you want to go to it was good on the way back, like after I loaded. So that was good going, right?
Yeah.
So if you ever want to go to IKEA, go with me, because I am like...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like slow walkers either. Like the Sandra, like today, even at the market, it makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, really? You're just gonna stop right in front of people and stuff? But then, like, I'm walking around, I'm not talking to anybody, so I'm like on a mission.
Yeah.
And then once I met up with you, I was like, oh man, I gotta make sure they stay with me. I kept like checking over my shoulder because Carter just like follows along. Like he's comfortable.
Just like tourist. Out with women.
But yeah, my dad was like, apparently, because he and I are both, fast walkers. And he was like, yeah, apparently people who walk slower are happier. And I was like, well, yeah, because the fast walkers are angry that there's slow people in front of them. And because I've been taking him to the supermarket, and I'm like, it's not great. He's like, well, if you don't want me to come with you, that's fine. I was like, no, I understand. Like, it's part of the whole coming to France. Like, we're going to go shopping together. Yeah. But, like, why anyone would go shopping with another person normally? Like, every day, like, husbands and wives and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
No.
Don't get it at all. Like, husband never knows what the fuck is going on, does he? He's always like, just follow it, do it around like a puppy.
Yeah.
And like, I leave the shopping cart and go and then like grab stuff and bring it back because I can't be asked to like try to do whatever and yeah. And so yeah, like at Christmas time, Simon, he's like, oh, I guess I'll come with you to the supermarket and all big shop. Yeah, for the big shop, and all the husbands do the same thing. So the store is doubly full
Yeah.
of people.
Pissed off men.
Yeah, milling about, and you never see anyone smiling that time of year. Like, it's loads of blokes with just this blank expression on their face, like, why the fuck did I volunteer to do this?
Yeah.
And it cracks me up because I'm like, yeah, we're not sure why. And so I was like, we just want to see what the food bill is.
Yeah.
But they're all there to make sure they know what the budget was.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh, God.
what the fuck?
I used to go out, like, I just remember when Carter was like a baby. I'd phone up his dad and be like, right, I need to go Christmas food shopping. Be at my house. Yeah, like 3:30. 3:30 in the morning, I'd make him come round. And at 4 a.m., I'm up with my list on the way to, like, Tesco's in Cosham.
Was it like less busy that time?
4 a.m., you'd get all the, like, people that were working in the hospital and, you know, changing shifts and stuff like that. It was quiet. So I'd get around and do my Christmas food shop.
Clever.
Literally at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I would love it.
So my dad and I went to Leclerc like yesterday or the day before. Oh, yesterday at like 9 o'clock. And they're like blocking the aisles, restocking shelves and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is it not part of the system to drop the shelf before you open?
No, they don't.
They don't come and work before.
No, they don't open and then stock shelves.
And then I'm like, it's like the busiest time of day.
And it isn't the busiest time.
And the same thing when they like repaint the roads, you know, they're like painting the stripes and stuff on the road. They do it during rush hour. Like,
why do they do it? And it's funny to me that the quietest time to go food shopping is at lunchtime.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
Because all the friends are at home eating, and I'm like,
you get like workmen that like are nipping in to grab like something easy.
But you're not slow. You're not going to do my trolley is with food.
Fully loaded.
Yeah. I think the worst time is like in the morning and then about 5 o'clock before everyone like whether they finish work and then before they go home. But yeah, so I like to go at like lunchtime. That's my like go-to.
Yeah, 3 o'clock's good time. We always go back to the supermarket. Sorry about that. We obviously spend the majority of our life so shocking. Such a like thing here to put. Well, and my dad was like, "So what are we doing on Monday for food?" And I was like, "Oh no, we're coming back before then." Yeah, like, we're not like we can't buy the food for Monday. Now, once I say it's either this thing, none of that stuff will be good. No, by Monday. Yeah,
won't be good by then.
Yeah,
I did exact off that. So I've decided I need to get fit.
Well, yeah, you got the trail. I got a treadmill, cross trainer.
Yeah, and a cross trainer and all my weights and stuff. So physically, I am incredibly strong for a girl, and I'm really bulky, but I'm covered in fat. So I'm like, right, I need to like literally get rid of all my inflammation.
Yeah, which is the easiest thing to do in perimenopause, I agree.
Yeah, so it's doubly tough, right? Yeah. And I know I look like I love to eat a lot, but I actually don't. So my body is constantly in starvation mode because I don't actually feed it.
Which means it's storing.
So it's storing all the fat. Yeah. So now I'm like, right, I'm going to get a meal plan done. I'm going to get really regimented and put it up. So like a week in advance, I know exactly what we're going to cook, when I need to go food shopping, what I need to buy.
Whiteboard from IKEA.
What? I can't go back to what every time it comes to IKEA.
Or got in a new list.
I literally come home and go, Fitbit, I wish I got, but I've got plenty of walls here.
Yeah.
So
I turned one into a chalkboard wall.
I've actually got Monday to Sunday chalkboard held by the fridge in the utility room. So I'm going to put that down here. And then I'm going to do a shopping list. I need to get really structured and organised because I will literally be like a French person and go to the shop every day for food. And I'm like, but it's 15 minutes to the shop.
Yeah.
15 minutes. That's half an hour a day I'm wasting fuel and time just to go and get enough for that day.
Well, plus if you spent time going to like the chalet market and getting fresh produce
Yeah, like on your Monday.
Is get it, but that's what I mean, like getting enough for a while, for a few days. And if you're meal prepping,
Yeah.
meal prep all that stuff early in the week, and then you don't have to worry about, your food not being any good anymore.
Well, that's it.
She knows that she goes shopping every day.
So she says. So yeah, I need to learn to make most out of my freezer, like like doing like soups and stews and stuff, and then making the most out of my freezer. So I've got a couple of really good friends that are great at like homemade bulk buying and storing of stuff. So maybe I'll get an episode on them.
Yeah, I get them one of
And
them some tips and tricks.
yeah, and they.
Because you have to dedicate like a good amount of your time to doing that. So when I've done meal prep, a lot of times it's just like for when I'm away and yes, I make meal prepping for Simon and putting it in the freezer. And it is, you just like, it's not that hard. You just have to dedicate the time. Yeah.
So, but also I find I am so easily distracted as a human. Like I can have as you know, I can have the best plans.
Yeah.
And then something like shiny over here will come up and I go, oh, and like a little tear, I run off over there.
Yeah.
And I never like stay in my lane enough.
Yeah.
Unless I am locked in hyper focus when I'm doing like a promotion.
Yeah.
Like nothing can distract me. But if I'm not committed enough, I'll be like, oh, let's just sack our day off and go and start this new project today. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I need to learn to get very regimented and committed and focused on my lifestyle.
Well, man, I'm already trying to do that for my own life.
I know it's hard, isn't it? Do you find?
I've been pretty consistent and pretty good about it, but I don't have a kid.
Yeah, you throw a car, you're in 6, and it makes it.
And like even with Simon, like if he, finishes the job early and then has a day off or something like that, he always wants to do something. Like, oh, let's go play golf, let's go to lunch, let's do this, let's do that. And like he knows that throws me into chaos. I really want to be able to be like, no. He knows. So sometimes he's like really cautious when he asks me now. He's like, so you got plans for tonight? Oh, no. Okay, great. I'll take you to lunch. And like most women are like, oh, I'd love my husband to be like, we're going to lunch today. And I'm like,
that's not down to you for messing up my food joy experience.
I just need time to get my head around stuff. Like I'll set off in the morning and like have my schedule made up in my head about the things I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Or my to-do list or whatever. And like then if there's somebody chucking a spanner in there, it can like
reload that spanner at their heads.
It can just mess with me.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. I do totally get that. But you can always have the best plans, but then it's learning to be a bit more flexible. And I think, but
for the best laid plans.
Yeah.
I mean, like that was one of the main things about moving out here that I had to learn was like actually because I've got this other person in my life, and for you it's your dad and Carter, you've got 2 of them, but when you've got somebody else who also has their own plans in their head or something, a contingency happens, like the car breaks down or you're going to do this and then that they are shut or whatever. It's been a learning curve for me, just like
adapting.
Yeah, realizing like, oh no, adulting is literally all about the chaos and like
and being comfortable in the chaos.
Learning how to fix these things. Yeah, and it's not comfortable for anyone.
No.
Getting used to it is, you don't want to get used to it either. You don't want to be like, oh, well, the shit's gonna hit the fan any minute. But you watch the shit hit the fan a few times, and then you're like, oh, right, okay, yeah. And like, when I was back in the States, I had we're chatting away about different things. Oh, my friend needs her roof redoing, and another friend's like, trying to buy a car or something like that. I'm going through all these things and talking about stuff that's going on and how annoyingly difficult it is to find a good contractor to do this. And I'm just listening, like enjoying them complaining. And then I'm like realizing, oh yeah, it's the same for everyone. And then like, where are you with us? And I'm like, yeah, it's just like everything that you guys are talking about, but then like in French. Oh. It's like, yeah, it's like wherever you live, like all these things crop up all the time. This is normal.
no matter where you live, there's always going to be those kind of problems and learning how we deal with them and stuff.
But yeah, like you were saying to me about Carter in school and how he's like building up this anxiety right now already. Holistic developed this anxiety. Well, what happens now? What's this test about? What am I doing this for?
Yeah.
And it's like, sorry, kid. I don't know either. I literally, we're both learning together.
Yeah, and it's trying to, I guess, like, I can't change it.
No.
So it's like, and I said to him, it's like you're just kicking a brick wall. You're never going to win.
Yeah.
Stop fighting the things that you can't change and have no control over, and just embrace everything as a learning progression.
Yeah.
Like, and you'll always be, as long as you're always in motion, you will always, you know what I mean? Have progress. But when you fight something or you try to stand still or overthink something, which I guess as a kid or an adult is so easy to do, it's learning to let go of that control.
Well, it's like managing expectations as well.
Yeah.
Like as a child especially, he's going to get his hopes up about certain things.
Do you know what he got in a mood about the other day? It was because he came bowling down the stairs, very excited. And I thought he'd drawn something. And I was like, oh, what's this? And he went, the Squid Games have launched something in Japan. We gotta go. And I was like, wow, this isn't even like somebody's appearing in Ongalem. You want to go? You let's do Japan. And I was like, mate, I don't even have a valid passport. Do you?
Yeah.
And he was going, well, just go and get them then. And I was like, so I have actually started that process, and he doesn't know that I've done the passport. But I'm like, so trying to break it down so I don't ruin his ideas of what can be achieved or what is possible in life, but breaking it down into individual things that are a problem that he could get his head around. And I was like, wow. But in my head, I just want to go, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. You don't want to tarnish his excitement.
No.
Oh.
But the little child in me that is a child in every adult is going, ooh, you just shut the fuck up and leave me alone. I don't want to have this conversation. This is terrible.
I have to explain to you why we can't go to Japan right now.
That was it. My head was going, literally, I can't believe I have to justify and really explain in a calm kind of way as to why I can't right this second go on a plane to Japan. Like,
oh, you could join the Mean Mom Club and just say no, and when he says why, you say because I said so. Mom will let you in.
She give me a VIP. Yes, and short peek. But again, it's understanding the reasons behind everything, and I never want to be somebody that just says no without a valid reason.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not that kind of, just not even with Carter, just in general, I always have to over explain as to why I can't do something.
Yeah.
That whole people pleasing thing. But yeah, he was really pissed that we couldn't just get on a plane and go to Japan. Oh. And then I wanted to go, phone your dad and ask your dad to go.
I did. Yeah. Tell your dad you want to go to Japan with him. See what happened. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let him shoulder that one. But yeah, conversations wherever you are in the world, it's yeah. Just life is incredibly difficult. But well, again, we still live in France. Yeah, we're very lucky. And like I said to him, I picked up his friends yesterday, and I had this moment. I was driving back, and they were all singing some weird rap song and laughing at something on their phone, and they were just free, being like kids. And I had this moment of driving back, and I thought, do you know what's really weird? If I hadn't have moved to France, I would have met these friends, and we wouldn't be driving back from them having a McFlurry, and I wouldn't be watching Jade, who's obviously been on the show, going into our next chapter of moving to Montpellier because we were talking about it, and I was like, I wouldn't have. And Carter went, you're really privileged. to be able to be a part of her life and watch it. And I was like, you're so freaking right.
Yeah.
For him as a young child to get that perspective, yeah, that is the privilege to watch somebody else's journey and be on that sideline cheering them on. I was like overwhelmed by that. And I was like, you're right. It zoomed it right in. And then on the way back from Ribrac, you were driving in front of me. And he went, isn't it weird because you wouldn't know Vanessa? If we hadn't have moved to France, you wouldn't have met Vanessa, and you wouldn't be like going to record a podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's mind blowing. And that's why I think, if you are going to move here, or if you just moved here, just to know that there are so many opportunities to network and meet people, and your life could take a completely different journey to what you ever thought it was going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I bet you never thought you'd be doing a podcast.
No, and it really brought it home to me when I went back to California, because I was like, before I came out here on holiday, before I was planning to move here, I just came out on holiday and like, there were all these expectations still of the things I was going to do and achieve back in California. And I had like this career path chosen. I'd gone to grad school specifically so that I could get this job and stuff like that. And then going back there and spending time and realizing how different my life is from that now.
Yeah.
And like there's a sadness to it and a nostalgia and all that stuff, like what could have been type of thing. But like I was so happy. I'm so happy my life didn't go that way. I'm so happy that with the path that I chose or that came to me, like I'm really glad I don't still live there. And it's hard because, I've got my brother there, I've got my mom and dad and my stepdad there and stuff. And it's like, and I have friends who still live in my hometown. It's tough in a lot of ways, but it was so obvious to me that like I don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
And like
you were like
I lived there till I was 26, and and it's amazing to feel like a tourist in your hometown. Like even stupid things like went to the sandwich shop that's like famous there that I've been going to for years and years. Waiting in line, planning on it's been cash business always, cash only. That's it. Get to the front, they take card.
Right.
And it was like this really heartbreaking moment for me where I was like, what? Like, you're not even close to the same place anymore, and like, it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
Going to these places that were so familiar for so long, where I know exactly what I'm going to get, and I know exactly where the ingredients come from and who makes them and all this stuff. And then to have something just be like so stupid and not important, but to like really,
but it hit home.
Yeah, it was like,
oh my God, like a kick in the crop.
Like a kick in the nuts. But yeah, so I totally agree with you. Like, and you do have those moments. It's really cute that Carter has them still, or else having them already. I mean, these reflected moments where you go, like take a second and think about where you are and how you got here, and how lucky you are.
Yeah, and I think like one of the techniques is like to zoom out. And zoom out until you go bigger picture. We only lived 4.5 years. We literally changed our life within a few words of my dad saying, I've always loved to have lived in France.
Yeah.
If I hadn't have muttered those words, I'd still be in England now. You know what I mean? It's such a reality.
Yeah.
A kind of check and stuff, and think where our lives are going now compared to what they were before. Like it's a mess. So I guess it is like, I love the fact that it is possible for anybody. And there are so many people that go, oh, I would have loved to have lived in France. And I'm like, please do it.
Yeah.
Please do it. Just bite the bullet and do it, because.
Well, this is it. So, I mean, I was talking to you about John. Hey, John. Hey, Miriam. Hi. I play golf with John. My dad ended up playing Wednesday in the group with him. Was that yesterday? 2 days ago. my dad was in John's group, and he was like, "Oh yeah, so I play with John." He goes, "Man, that guy is just so happy to be here." Yeah, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's that American enthusiasm. It wears off in time." And he's like, "No, no, I mean like." Obviously, they spent a lot of time developing their plan for how they were going to be able to retire from the United States in France and move here. And he is just like clearly so fucking happy that his life is here now, and that they don't live in the States and stuff. And I was like, yeah, aren't, you know, I, s- I am too. And aren't you in that position right now? Because my dad wants to retire. Well, he's retired, but he wants to move somewhere out of the U.S. And like he's just trying to find right where there's where be. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, it's like that's the thing. I'm super happy that I live here too.
Yeah.
But yeah, very fortunate. It's this like incredible thing when you find people who live here by choice, and all the expats, like they chose this place. Yeah, they wanted to live here because of what it offers.
Because of what it offers. And I think that's one of the things behind the podcast was like people have chosen to live here. Let's expose like all the great things about it and highlight things that even if you have lived here a long time, you might not have seen, or, a great restaurant that you might not have visited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just highlight this amazing country like even more.
Yeah.
And hopefully draw more people to it.
Well, and with every place that we go to and all the people that we're meeting, it's like that network as it gets bigger and bigger, like with our doing our community meetings and stuff. It's like when we're growing that network, it becomes even more of a reason.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Pardon Your French podcast
In partnership with Copper Cup Distillery. We'll see you next time. Bye.